Hey everyone, in this video we're going to be discussing about National AIDS Control Program, the NACP. AIDS, Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, also known as Slim's disease, is caused by the HIV retrovirus. So this HIV virus breaks down the body's immune system, therefore threatening the host to be exposed to different opportunistic and secondary systemic diseases. AIDS can now be called as a modern pandemic, affecting both the developed and the developing countries. And not to our surprise, India has the third largest HIV prevalence. And World AIDS Day is observed on December 31st of every year. So the action that government took to control this threatening AIDS disease is the NACP, that is the National AIDS Control Program. There were different phases till 2017 that there was NACP fourth phase, but right now we are in the National Strategic Plan 2017-2024. So according to National Strategic Plan, the goal is zero new infections, zero AIDS related deaths, zero AIDS related stigma and death. So the 6 objectives taken by the National Strategic Plan is, the first one is to decrease the new infection by 2024 by 80%, and 95% of estimated known status, that is the number of cases should be known by 95%, and ensure 95% people living with HIV have ART initiation and retention by 2024, eliminate mild mother to child transmission of HIV and syphilis, both of them, and eliminate HIV or AIDS related stigma, which is very important, through IEC, and sustainable NACP services. So this is about National Strategic Plan 2017-2024 in brief. Now, knowing more about the objectives of NACP, the goal is to accelerate the reversal and integrate the response. The objectives are to reduce new infections by 50% and provide comprehensive care and support to all persons living with, that is people living with HIV, and treatment services for the required. The target is zero HIV transmission with the 90% strategy. That is, 90% all estimated people living with HIV should be diagnosed, 90% should be put on ART, and 90% should have adequate viral load remission. So this is also included in one of the sustainable developmental goals. The main strategy obtained to achieve this 90% target is test and treat. That is, test for early diagnosis and then treat the case. So, getting into the strategies in brief, the first strategy, care, support and treatment, the CST. So as a part of this, we have early diagnosis and treatment. So what is the CST component of the NACP? So according to CST, there's free universal access to ART, lifetime access, and then free diagnosis and monitoring services, then long-term retention care, and linkage to diagnostic and management services. So in early diagnosis, we have something called the ERS, where E stands for ELISA, that is the Western blot testing, the R is the rapid, and S is the simple test. So ELISA is the most sensitive and it's done at ICTC, that is the Integrated Counseling Testing Centers. And the confirmatory diagnosis for this is Western blot assay. So here we have something called the screening strategy, where it's done in, there are 3 screening strategies. The first one is done in blood units and blood transfer, that is blood banks. In this, any one test positive out of 3 is enough for actually screening. Then the screening done for persons who are symptomatic is at least 2 positive out of these 3 tests, and those who are asymptomatic, all 3 tests needs to be done to rule out AIDS or HIV.
So the treatment for HIV AIDS is the antiretroviral therapy. The first line fixed dose regimen is lamivudine, tenofovir and efavirenz, each 300 milligrams, given as a single dose fixed drug combination. Then the core of the program is the HIV surveillance. We have total of 5 different types of surveillance. First being the sentinel surveillance, where there is identification of the sentinel sites, that is the missing out cases. This is done by giving syndromic kits for free of cost for reproductive tract infection and STDs. These are given in the Suraksha clinics. So through this, people who come for kits are noted to be HIV positive, are known to be the missing cases, and those need to be noted. Then we have the HIV serosurveillance, which is done in infectious disease clinics, the ANC, and the intravenous drug abusers. So here the sample size is picked 3 monthly every 2 years with an age between 15 to 49 years. Then we have the AIDS case surveillance, which is done in hospitals and clinics. It's done in people treating the cases. Then STD surveillance, it's done from hospitals. How many people are actually using the condom and the barrier methods? This is how it's done. Then we have the behavioral surveillance, which is done in schools and colleges, where we educate the people and know how many people are actually aware about the STDs and the HIV prevention. So next, moving on, we have the ICTC, Integrated Counseling and the Testing Centers. So here we have two types, the fixed and the mobile ones. So before that, let's know the functions of the ICTC. So ICTC is essential for early detection of HIV and for basic information on modes of transmission of HIV and promotion on behavioral change in sexual workers and decreasing vulnerability and linking people living with HIV to care and treatment services. Right? So in fixed, we again have something called standalone and facility integrated. So this standalone is done is carried out in all the medical colleges, the district hospitals, CHCs, and the sub-district hospitals. Here, the client load is high with full-time counselor and the lab technician working. Then we have the facility integrated. So this is installed at the 24/7 block PHC at the block level. So done in PHC, CHC, and the block level. So then we have the mobile ICTC, where there is a van with a room where the general examination and the laboratory testing is carried out. So this is a public-private partnership ICTC. So this goes to, to reach hard to reach areas, all the rural areas who are not aware of the services available in the urban and the rural communities. So we go to those hard to reach areas and provide the services. Then we also have something called community-based ICTC, where all the pregnant women are screened for HIV. So this is to prevent mother-to-child transmission, and this is a mode of primary prevention. Right? Then moving on to the next strategy, the TB and the HIV coordination. So this HIV people are very prone to get pulmonary TB, so that is the most common opportunity infection. So both HIV and TB testing. So investigation of choice in people living with HIV is for diagnosis of TB is CBNAT. So CBNAT must be compulsorily done for HIV positive people, and in case of HIV positive TB patient, ATT should be started, and in 2 weeks ART should be started. Right? So this is about TB and HIV coordination, the definite screening, and then initiation of treatment should be done. Then we have the adolescent education, where we promote safe sexual practices, educate them about the HIV transmission, STDs transmission, usage of condoms and other barrier methods. And we also educate them about increasing the safe blood transfusion methods. Then we have the Red Ribbon Express. So this is to increase peer-to-peer messaging on HIV prevention. So we educate people and we tell them to educate their peers. And it is also useful for promotion of blood donation among the youth. So to encourage youth to donate more blood, so that the most vulnerable population, those who need blood in emergency, could get blood. And then we also have mass education and health awareness. So this is a part of IEC, that is Information, Education and Communication. So in this, we actually educate people about HIV, its transmission, how it can be prevented, and the precaution measures that needs to be taken, and all of that. And also behavioral change in communication to reduce the stigma among the community, to recognize HIV patients, to bring them out, because there's a lot of stigma going on around. That's why people don't come out and get tested and get treated. So information, education and communication is very important in such cases. Then we have the condom practice, safe sexual practice, in which males are given condom free for commercial sex workers, and the deluxe Nirod is given, the condoms are given free of cost. So then we have free syringes for IVDA. Blood transfusion has been one of the most common reasons for the spread of HIV. So free syringes for IVDA, so that the syringes are not contaminated, and hence the IVDA rate decreases where the HIV is transmitted. And then safe blood practices, it's now called blood transfusion services, where all the blood transfusions needs to be pre-screened before using for HIV, hepatitis, malaria, all the bloodborne ones. And then this is a primary prevention mode. Then we have the MTCT guidelines, that is the mother to child transmission. So this right now is called the PPTCT, that is the prevention of parent to child transmission, where all pregnant women are provided with diagnostic, prevention and care treatment services for HIV. The main goal is to integrate PPTCT with RCH. So in this, we screen all pregnant women, and whoever are HIV positive, we give them lifelong ART therapy, and then also educate them about breastfeeding, that to start breastfeeding immediately after delivery and how important it is. Then we also give NVP prophylaxis and educate them, and we do early screening in neonates, early detection of HIV in neonates also. So then, and in MTCT guidelines, we also have all in ANC females, there must be mandatory testing for HIV screening. This is for prevention and to prevent mother to child transmission. So moving on to the organization, the National AIDS Control Organization at 3 levels. So the first one, we have the Centers of Excellence, where ART Plus is given, where severe cases of HIV are treated. Then we have the ART Centers, where ART is given. All district hospitals and community health centers come under this ART Center. Then we have the link ARTs, that is at the sub-district level and the CHC and the block level, where the link workers are creating an enabling environment for the people living with HIV and educating them and treating them and following up. Then we have something called the Sunrise Scheme and the Nirantar Scheme. Sunrise Scheme is in northeastern states where the intravenous drug abusing is more. So for harm reduction, this scheme is for harm reduction in sex workers and IVDA, the intravenous drug abusers. Then we have the Nirantar Scheme. This is followed in districts with high prevalence, where there is increased diagnostic testing and increased ART therapy. So high prevalence states like AP, Maharashtra and Karnataka, Nirantar Scheme is taken place. Then moving on to the newer vaccines, we have the RAAV, that is the recombinant adeno-associated virus vaccine. Then we also have GP120 core protein vaccine, the P24 vaccines, then the replicons to decrease the immune response. So this is all about NACP in brief. So if you like the video, please do like, share and subscribe to One Stop Medicos. And if you need any further videos in community medicine, any specific topics, please do let us know in the comment section below. And see you there.